Good morning, everybody. Angel Arredondo and Lana Sanchez, and we are the Real Estate Pros. And from our team, we want to say thank you for another great month. Just a quick note: you've probably if you've been in the market of buying a house in the past several years, you realize the market just skyrocketed, right? Houses that were 200 or 300, houses that were 150 or 250. It just went crazy. People fighting over houses, people outbidding people over houses, people paying over appraised value, people saying, I don't care what appraised, I'll still buy it full cash. It went crazy. And it happened everywhere in the United States because we stay in tune with the whole market, and it happened everywhere. The unfortunate part is a lot of you folks here in Bakersfield, born and raised or moved here many years ago, were left without opportunity to buy a house because you were getting outbid from everybody from coming out of town, and it's life, unfortunately it happens. But a lot of you may not know that this is just a tip. The hardest thing was to come up with a down payment. Right now on loans, we're looking here on loans, up to 20%, on houses, $250,000, quite a bit of money. And some people don't have that in their reserves to go ahead and buy a home. Market prices are not have stably leveled. People are not paying over asking price. Houses are selling though, still for top dollar they're holding. And it's all up depending on the house, If you price it right, if you have the right real estate agent that prices a house right and you want to sell it for top dollar and gives you a little insight how to, maybe a couple of touches on it, you will get top dollar for your property and you will get multiple offers the same day. If your property is not selling, you have to do a double take and see why it's not moving. Is it overpriced? What's really going on in that area? So that's just a quick tip. But for the people that were left without an opportunity to basically buy a house because they were getting outbid, this is the time for you to get in there and get your house. This is the time for you. If you're a first-time buyer, this is the time that you will probably not get outbid by the competition. So really quick, a lot of people didn't know. If you happen to have a 401k, and I'm not a financial advisor, I am an investor. I did what I did investing in real estate, but this is what I could tell you is a lot of you that have companies that have been working there for a while and you have 401k and you have money on the 401k, you could borrow. You could borrow against that. You could get a loan with no penalty up to $10,000. You could use that. So if the down payment has been holding you back from getting a property because you can't come up with down payment, it's hard, guys. I completely understand. It's very hard to make your ends meet at the same time and put some money aside sometimes to buy a property because also cost of living has increased so much here in the California area. But let me tell you, prices are right. They're right now too. You can get in there and buy a property. You're not going to be competing with a lot of people. At the same time, if the down payment has been a problem, talk to your people where you work at, the people that handle your HR department that handles the 401k. There is programs where you could borrow actually $10,000 with no penalty. You could borrow up to $15,000 and you actually won't have a penalty. You have 3 years to pay it. And guess what? At a 2% rate, you actually end up paying yourself back that interest. It's kind of really neat. But a lot of people don't know about that. I understand the 401k is great. You have it there so after you're 59, retire, you could use it. But this is the time to get a house. California prices are continuing to increase and they're going to continue to increase. And the hard part is you will probably be left out with the opportunity to buy a house again. So if you haven't bought a house and this is your first time buying a house, you can borrow against your 401k. And it's a very low interest rate. It's money that's yours already. You've already earned that money. And what better investment than to have it in a home? Right now, while you're paying rent, you're making somebody else money. The unfortunate part about that is that if you don't buy a house this coming years, it might be very hard for you to ever buy a house because prices are going to continue to skyrocket. We're still the least expensive place that is still a real nice city right here in Bakersfield, California. So if you're looking to buy a house and you want guidance all the way from how do I apply for a loan, what is my next step, we do it all. Angel Redondo, Lana Sanchez, the Real Estate Pros, we take care of you from part one of getting you pre-approved to delivering the house to you. We do it all. And you won't be talking to my assistant, you'll be talking to me. We will be personally taking care of you. That's the way we do business. So folks, family, if you're out there and you got a little bit discouraged about buying a house or just don't know how to start the process and you keep hearing the news that this and that, the market is not going to crash. So if you're sitting there waiting and say, well, if the market crashes, I'll be able to buy a house, it's not going to happen. The market actually is already starting to pick back up. We're starting to see multiple offers on the properties and the price will continue to increase. And from all the meetings that we attend and the things we do on Zoom and with all these other investors, believe you me, if you don't buy a house in these coming years, it's going to be very hard to get one in the future if you're a first-time buyer. Okay, so once again, love you very much. Angel Arredondo, Lana Sanchez, our whole team, the Real Estate Pros, all our loan officers, love you very much. give us a call, 661-888-2841. Remember, my Facebook is public. Reach out or reach Lana Sanchez at 661-706-0331. Give us a call or text. Information's free. We're here to serve. Once again, blessings. Take care. We'll talk next time.